being hit by it is awful. I like sometimes people so not bad. But yeah, like, so my understanding is if you want to get the super high damage done, you have to use AP, so you have to actually aim the gun. And that offends people. That offended people. And you get 20 shells instead of the god awful 12 shells, right? Like, that's what you got before was like 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are like, well, the average number of shots is only going to be 6. I don't understand how they got an average number of shots of 12.
Well, it's
And
it's the people who do survive the battle and almost have no rounds left.
No, the average shots, they literally wrote down in the post that the average number of shots from a hash barn in a game is 12. I had to actually explain to somebody that that the average isn't one person shooting. It's all of the tanks that are that gun in the game shooting. Right? Like, because there's hash barns on both sides. So the average number of shots from a hash barn is 12 because there's that many of them being played. That should tell you something, right?
I mean, that's true in a way, but I've had games where I've went through all my rounds in one game.
Oh, sure. And there's some people that do, right? Like, there's some people that go through all their rounds. And this is definitely a better setup for them, right? Like, having more rounds equates to, like, being able to, like, maybe you carry some hash still. Like, maybe you go 50-50 now. Yeah, obviously the other round is still trash, so, comparatively to the other 2 rounds. But, yeah, like, if you can aim, you're gonna get way more damage out of the AP rounds than you are out of the hash. If you can't aim, if you can't be bothered to aim and you want to run nothing but hash, you're going to have to live with the fact that you're going to make a lot less money because you're not going to get those super high 2,000 kill like a tier 10 tank rolls. You could still get some instant kills, right? Like, you're still going to be able to sometimes, you know, shoot somebody and explode their top, or shoot somebody and get the fuel, you know, set them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they burn out. But there's going to be far less frustration of being shot one time and killed instantly when you're playing your tier 10 medium tank, right? Like, or even some of the lower health tier 10 heavy, which is better for the game. More people will want to play because they can actually play the game rather than like, oh, look at that platoon of all Death Stars. Gee, I wonder how long I'm gonna live. And then you're like praying that the side that you go to doesn't have the hash barns, right? Like, you're the team of Death Stars. Also, the Death Star was like the #1 most played tank destroyer and #2 overall. Guess which tank beats it? And which tank actually needs the biggest nerf? It goes Death Star's #2, #1 is Super Conqueror. It's not even close. Like, I was looking at the numbers the other day, and it's like, it's not even close. Like, the #2 tank is like 100,000 games less played per month than the #1 tank. The Super Conqueror is the #1 most played tank. And I started to think about it, I'm like, when's the last time I haven't seen a game with a Super Conqueror in it? I can't actually remember since it came out. Like, you see them all over the place, you just don't realize that you see that many of them, right? It's such an easy tank to play, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's definitely no... Like, there's, like, no downside to the tank. I guess that's my biggest problem with it, is, like, with the chieftain, you get the really good gun, right? And you get this turret that you actually have to know how to use it. Because if you don't, the turret isn't going to bounce any rounds, right? Like, it takes a lot of skill to get that turret to work. That turret's very finicky. And the Conqueror, like the regular Tier 9 Conqueror, since they buffed it, is ungodly good. And then, like, you go from that Conqueror to the Super Conqueror, and you're like, gee, I get better hull armor than pretty much any other heavy that has a hull down play style. Like, poor M105, right? Like, or 103. Like, that tank is like, when the Chieftain came out, that tank must have been obsoleted. But I'm gonna get off the headsets. It was fun playing with you. I haven't played with you in a while. We had a good time. I'm gonna try to take this trash out. But have a good day.